We're tired of it, right? And we had another shoot over a line. We had a shooting there 2 days ago over somebody arguing who's first in line. We have to stop, and that's us. Okay? So that's, you know, there's so much more, but I know we have to run out of time. So my 11, together, you know, we know. Please, people, support yourselves. Love yourself. Stop the violence.
And as everybody keep on saying, we don't want to do press conferences. So today we are highlighting. We gotta make some noise and we gotta do the work. So right now we're gonna have elite learners come up. Kamara Jackson, to please come and talk on behalf of your organization.
Thank you.
Let's go.
Good afternoon, East Flatbush.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, East Flatbush.
Good afternoon.
My name is Kamara Jackson, and I'm the founder and executive director of an organization located here in East Flatbush, the 67th precinct, called Elite Learners, Inc. I want to highlight two things. I'm not going to be long. I know you guys have been here all afternoon. We appreciate you coming, but it's important for you to get this message. Many people talked about resources. We need resources. We need resources. It's a mass shooting. We need resources. Yes, we need resources, but where those resources need to go? The resources need to go to violence interrupters, credible messengers, and people that are on the streets every day preventing violence from happening. We went 34 days. 34 days is not enough. But I don't want you to be here and think people are not working. So I have some of my violence interrupters, some of my credible messengers, some of the guys that many community members, elected officials, don't even take the time to acknowledge them. They don't even say their names. And these guys put in tireless hours. They fight. They're on the street. They're mediating conflict. They're putting their bodies in between weapons. These are the amount of shootings that are not taking place, that no one is telling you about. So I'm sorry. I appreciate you coming. We need mass resources. My heart, my condolences go out to our families and our children. But there are people, there's a small fraction of people. God Squad, these people are out here every day. Elite learners, BTTM, we're all out here every day in unison. And what I need from you to get out this message is look at the people that are in the communities to help you. See what they look like. Look around. See the faces of the men and women that have chose to take this career path to move and push their families forward. But not only that, to protect and serve community. So Jamani, the public advocate, was here. I thank him. It is his work that has allowed us to have a system and a structure that allows for us to have cure violence groups and organizations. Assemblywoman Waterman, I thank you. It is your efforts on the ground and working with young people that has allowed you to have community centers that are popping up in our communities. But see the faces of the people that are out here doing the work. Understand that the NYPD budget is massive. We have to pick a shift. Are we going to do a 10 to 6 or a 2 to 10? NYPD has enough bodies to rotate a shift. They have vehicles that can allow them to get to scenes quickly. Yeah, we have vehicles, but a lot of us had to sacrifice our own dollars to get that, to even come out here and sacrifice for the communities that we serve. So when we have the borough president's office and all of these elected officials out here and they say we're going to stand in unison, and then we don't congratulate and we don't say each other's names and we don't talk to one another, it defeats our purpose. It defeats our purpose. We got to talk and move the same way. The footwork is real. You can't tell me on Church Avenue at 8 o'clock at night you don't see people walking up and down. You might not know who they are. You might often think they're a gang because you see them in groups. They're groups of black men walking. No, they're groups of black men that are out here risking their lives to save yours and to mediate these conflicts. When we talk about the district, let's break it down. Find out where the violence is coming from. What are the incidents stemming from? Are they around schools? If they are, put more safe passage routes so that the kids can get to and from school. If they're in these illegal nightclubs, then we ask you to press the state assemblywoman. Press the state. Get these illegal nightclubs shut down. Because if we don't work together, we're defeating. We're not working together. I could put 25,000 bodies on the street, but if the assembly is not backing me, if the city is not supporting the work, if these things are not working in unison, We are defeating our purpose. So if you take anything from this press conference, talk to somebody. Give them alternatives to violence. Google the groups in your area. Ask them, have you ever been to a community-based organization? If they've never been to one, walk them in there. Principals, if you're watching this press conference, include this in the curriculum. Learning how to mediate conflict without violence is a skill. It has to be taught to our children. Included in the curriculum. But understand that you have groups like Elite Learners, Inc. that is working tirelessly to really protect and serve communities with an unconventional approach that does not look like NYPD. However, we support their efforts. They have a role, we have a role, and we're working. But we gotta work harder, we gotta work smarter, and we gotta work in collaboration. And when we say collaboration, we mean collaboration. So I look forward to being a part of any task force that's in any area that my organization is within. I look forward to an invitation. I look forward to being a part of that, and I look forward to keeping up with the movement. Thank you.
Come on. Yes. All right, thank you so much, Elite Learners. As we all said, it's a collaborative effort. We're all going to continue working together. I want to thank the youth that has come through this program that's here today. Thank you to I see Aziz in here, who actually was part of a provider for a 24-hour child care that I started around the corner. We're going to continue doing the work. The state is going to do what they have to do, but we need everybody together working. The city, I'm sure, is going to do what they got to do, but we're going to all continue working together on a one accord, one love, one unity, a community where we're all together as one. So thank you to Kamara and everybody for echoing the collaboration. So this is what it looked like, because this press conference today is showing everybody together and walking together. All right, thank you so much. So do anybody have a quick question?
Yeah. How concretely, how is your proposed legislation going to bring resources to the community? When designated a shooting as a mass shooting, how is that going to bring resources? How's that going to work?
Okay, so unfortunately, there was a precedent set for this. My colleague, Assemblywoman Latrice Walker in Brownsville, after Old Timers Day, there was a mass shooting. That she had to make sure the mayor, the governor, and also on the Congress level deemed it as a mass shooting, but you had to go to each person and beg for that designation. Once it's called a mass shooting designated, that activate resources. So there's no term, there is terms that exist for mass shootings 4 or more, but having it on the state level and beyond, governor, the Congress, everybody saying there's one definition that we all work together. We have one place to go to and say, hey, this is a definition, and then we get the resources, the emergency resources. So it was done in Brownsville, or for that same definition. So that's the definition we're going to use.
So automatically any shooting with 4 or more people will be designated as a mass
shooting. And we will continue working with the groups. Because what I do, that's why we create a task force, is I have one part of it, but the people on the ground in the Black and brown communities, the experts, the advocates, as any bill that you introduce, you have that setup of what we can do, but then there is stuff that we will have to probably add as we go. But 4 or more is a term that we're using of people shot, injured. Not necessarily that they were murdered, but at least shot. 4 or more. That's where we are now. Anybody else? All right. Thank you so much. We are doing our community response. We are going to get the flyers and the resources. We're asking all the CBOs here. We're going to go around, especially on this block on Church Avenue from Troy to 46. We're going to go around and give resources. So we have our guides and everybody. Let's talk about the community shooting response that we're doing right now. Thank you so much to everybody.